Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another round of sound. This is the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. I'm Bob Pompeani. Thanks for joining us. We always have a lot to get into, and we will tonight. We're talking about the Steelers heading into OTAs. What rookie of their draft choices will be the best rookie this season? We'll look ahead a little bit there. Also, Vegas going to the Stanley Cup Finals. If you made a bet back on October the 7th on this, you would have been looking at some big-time change coming back. We'll talk about that, and also the Penguins. What are they going to do in this offseason, and could they possibly land Jonathan Tavares? But the #1 topic tonight on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown will be the Pirates, who lose 3-4 to the San Diego Padres. And here's your panel left to right on your television screen. We have Chris Mack, pre- and post-game host of the Pirates coverage on 93.7 The Fan. In the middle is Jeff Hathhorn, sports director, 93.7 The Fan. And to the right, it's Will Graves, columnist, outstanding reporter for the Associated Press. All right, so Chris, there's a lot to talk about with the Pirates. First of all, let's talk about something good that happened. Austin Meadows got a call up, and he was terrific today. Had a 2-run home run, 3 more hits. Looking ahead, what would it take for Austin Meadows to stay in Pittsburgh? And when Starling Marte is activated, what happens?
I think he's going to have to continue to hit the baseball at a torrid pace. 5 for his first 11 is certainly nice to see. Small sample size, hashtag it if you want to. They've got to see continued offensive production from him. But if they do, I think the most interesting part of this is that once Starling Marte is healthy, well, first and foremost, it gives them a little bit of leeway to let Marte get 100% because they don't feel pressured to get him back in the lineup at less than 100% if Meadows continues to produce. The other part of this is it could put some pressure on Gregory Polanco to start hitting more consistently. We saw his swing start to get a little out of whack the last couple of days as he's facing more soft tossers, breaking balls, changeups, starts to extend those arms and gets out of his feet a little bit in his swing. That could create a little bit of a logjam if Meadows continues to produce, but he's going to have to do that and do it seriously for the Pirates to change their philosophy of giving a guy regular plate appearances at the AAA level if it means he's going to be riding the pine at the Major League level.
Yeah, I think it would take another injury. They're going to have somebody else go down for Meadows to stay once Marte gets healthy. They've made it pretty clear they're not going to send Polanco down. That's not an option for them. Obviously, when Marte's up, he's their best outfielder. Fielding outfielder. He's having a pretty good year at the plate, and then what Dickerson has done, there's no room there. So why have him sit the bench? I would rather have him go back down to AAA and get at bats.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at the history of the guys that are in the Pirates outfield now, I mean, Marte didn't come up and stay. Polanco did not come up and stay. It was good for Meadows. It's been such a long haul for him to get to this point. Talk about positive reinforcement. It was sort of the same thing with Nick Kingham. I mean, both guys that had injuries that sort of delayed their arrival. They got here and they had success immediately. But I think, he's not Meadows is an outfielder. He's not a Josh Harrison, Sean Rodriguez type guy where you can or an Adam Frazier guy where you can kind of plug him in around the diamond. He's good at an outfielder. They've got enough guys to kind of fill those spots. And it's probably good. You know what? If he goes 350 in 10 games and goes back down to Indy and it gives him a boost when he comes back up, it's probably going to be payoff for them down the road.
Jeff, the Pirates have not been good in 4-game series. They got swept by the Nationals, swept by the Phillies, lose 3 or 4 to the Padres, so that's 1-11. But their pitching will be called into question, especially starting. They don't have Garrett Cole, as we know, but there have been some rather inconsistent performances there from everyone involved there. And now Joe Musgrove is supposed to be back on Friday. If this happens, I mean, who's going to be an odd man out eventually in their starting rotation?
Well, it's a great question, and that's something that I think they're going to work through. But right now, I'd put Ivan Nova on the DL with something. I mean, come up with something. Tired arm, oblique, hamstring.
Upper body, lower body, whatever.
Yeah, go hockey, exactly. Come up with something because Nova's your weak link. I like that Musgrove is going to start. I like what we saw from him in spring training. I like his demeanor. I wouldn't put him in the bullpen. And when you're looking at options eventually, for me, I think Kuhl's a great reliever. I think he's a guy who can go 2-3 innings. I'd put him in that bullpen and send Glasnow down.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just going to say, I think this gets back to kind of the same thing we were talking about with Meadows. This front office and this management team is not going to act sooner rather than later. They're more often than not going to give a veteran a chance to play his way out of his given spot. In the case of Nova, they're going to wait to see a few more starts, maybe a handful of starts that aren't up to par before they decide to do the phantom DL or whatever it may be that they decide to do to slide Kingham back into the rotation. And who knows, maybe an injury comes up before then. Maybe Chad Kuhl goes sideways before then. Maybe something else happens. But I think It's nice to have Kingham available as a sixth guy. The question will be, again, like Meadows pushing the other three outfielders, if Meadows produces more than just these 3 games, does Musgrove, and has Kingham's production to this point, does that push the other 5 guys in the rotation? It doesn't feel like it after losing 3 out of 4 to the Padres, but these are good problems to have, I think.
Well, I mean, for me, and Jeff brings up a very intriguing point with Cole. I mean, he's got swing and miss stuff. And if you look at the bullpen, I mean, look at what Contos, the guy's a mess these days. They're moving him around. You even saw today that Vasquez had issues. I'm not saying Cole should be the closer, but I mean, the bullpen has been a problem. And if you've got a guy in your rotation that might be more effective getting 6 outs instead of 16, then maybe that gives them some flexibility. Of course, Musgrove was that guy for the Astros last year. When he got in the bullpen, he was lights out. So I don't know. They've still got some time. I mean, this hot start is kind of giving them, if they go through a lull for 2 or 3 weeks, it's not the end of the world. That being said, when you've got the series that they have coming up, you're going to actually start to play the teams that are good. And I think this is, we were wondering, is this team for real or not? And I think the rotation being better than it has been against bad teams is really, it's got to happen for them.
Well, the interesting part about the rotation, the bullpen, to go back to that for just a moment, since they called up Rodriguez and Crick from Indy on April 12th, it's been one of the top 5 best bullpens in baseball. You can look at WAR, you can look at ERA, all the measurables that you want to over the last 3 to 4 weeks. The bullpen is much improved outside of George Contos, obviously, who's the weakest link in that bullpen. So the question is, are they going to learn from that, where they were quick to pull the trigger and get Rodriguez and Crick up here when Neverauskas wasn't working out? Or are they going to continue to let guys struggle? We talk about Nova in the rotation, Contos in the bullpen, where you can't trust him to work any kind of leverage situation now. Polanco, if he starts to skid at the plate, do they give Meadows more time if he continues to produce? This is going to be interesting over the next month or so, especially with a lot of games against NL Central teams. Do they decide, again, to pull the trigger on moves sooner rather than later because they see themselves right there in the hunt with the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Brewers?
All right, all starts against the Reds coming up here. Another bottom feeder team here for a 3-game series. Then the Cardinals, Cubs, Dodgers, Arizona's going to get more interesting as we move along. When we come back, we're going to switch the topic, and we're going to talk about hockey. But, this is the beginning of another big season here in Pittsburgh. You know what that is? It's the summer driving season. Its unofficial start is Memorial Day, but the official start is the May drive away at number 1 Cochran. That's well underway right now. Stop by for the biggest savings of the year, plus a $500 gas card when you buy or lease any new vehicle. Now, this ends May 31st, so I got to tell you, you better hit the gas and get to number 1 Cochran right now. Visit Cochran.com for details. We'll be right back. The number 1 Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by number 1 Cochran. Go one better. And by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Have a greater hand in your health.